What is up, TBS crew? It's your boy Steph, back with another video. This time we have Creepypasta. If you break down on Glover Road, do not leave your car. Creepypasta, uploaded January 5th, 2020. Y'all already know all the important links will be down in the description. So without further ado, let's get into it.
I immediately felt annoyed as I noticed my sister, Jenna, calling me. Their car should have been at the cabin more than 20 minutes prior, yet I'd somehow managed to arrive there before them. "Hey sis, where are you at?" I asked, half surprised, and a bit worried that they'd taken a wrong turn somewhere, which wouldn't have been too out of character for Jenna.
That creature is
With that
ugly.
absolutely non-existent sense of direction.
I hate that face.
What I got in response was a static mess of sound that blared from my phone at full volume before it quickly cut off and the call disconnected. Out in the middle of nowhere, it wasn't an uncommon occurrence, and I figured if I drove back down the road, I'd get a few bars of signal. Our lonesome cabin was situated only a 3-hour drive from the closest town, in the most desolate part of the country, only accessible by a road that had gone without maintenance for what seemed like a century. To most, it might feel like a post-apocalyptic wasteland, but for us, it was the perfect escape from the noise surrounding New Year's Eve. The plan had been to drive together, but with work keeping me back and them driving ahead, we'd split up. Even then, it wasn't the first time we'd driven there, so she should have known the way. I called Jenna again once I got a few bars on my phone, and once she answered, it became clear how distressed she was. In the background, I could hear her 2 kids crying, and Jenna doing her best to keep calm. "Jenna, what's going on?" I asked, my annoyance quickly turning to worry. We hit something on the road," she said. "What, you mean like a deer or something?" I asked. I don't know. I hit my head pretty bad when we crashed. Didn't get a good look at it. It fell into a ditch somewhere." Her voice shook with each spoken word, and whether it be from the impact or a rush of adrenaline, she sounded like she was on the verge of tears. "Damn, are you alright?" "Yeah, I'm just a bit shook up, but..." she trailed off. She stopped speaking, and I could hear her walking away, trying not to alert the kids to the situation. I can't get the car started again. Could you please come pick us up? It's dark, and the kids are getting scared." "Of course. Where are you?" "At the T-junction on Glover Road, but..." She stopped mid-sentence, as if something had cut her off. "Sis, you alright?" "Yeah, please, just come." I'd already started the car back up before she asked. It wouldn't be more than a 20-minute drive back to Glover Road, and though it was dark without reflective signs and frozen ground, I could get there before she started completely panicking. "Alright, I'm on my way. I'll call you when I get close," I said. She thanked me, and I hung up. The landscape around me was dimly lit up by my headlights, revealing frozen glass and leafless trees. During the day, it looked like any other winter wonderland, but in the dark, it could bring out the shivers in even the most seasoned adventurer. Once I'd gotten about halfway there, my sister's name lit up on the phone. I slowed to a halt and picked it up, not willing to drive and talk under these circumstances. "Hey, what's up? Are you far away?" she asked nervously. "I'm about halfway. I won't be long. Why are you calling?" She paused for a second before responding, breathing erratically as she mulled over what to say. "It's just that..." she trailed off. "What?" "The thing I hit. It's moving."
Hell no.
"The thing? You mean the deer?" "No, it's not a... it's something else. I don't know." "What?" "I don't know. Please, just hurry." Confused as to why she called me a second time, and annoyed that I would have almost been there if not for the disturbance, I hung up and kept driving. After a few minutes, I pulled onto Glover Road and continued towards the junction. I put on the high beam to make sure I didn't accidentally crash into my stranded sister or whatever she had collided with herself. As I arrived at the junction, I saw no sign of a crash and realized that despite my sister's instruction, she might be on the wrong road entirely. Keeping me company was nothing but the cold and an old wooden sign that read Glover Road, with Jensen Street going up from the junction. I sighed and called my sister for a third time. "Jack," she said, sounding absolutely terrified. "Yeah, I'm here already, but you're not," I said. "You sure you broke down on Glover Road?" She didn't respond, but I could hear her trembling breath and crying kids on the other end of the line. "Sis, you okay?" "It got back up," she whispered in shock. "What did?" "The thing we hit. It got back up and ran off into the woods." "What was it?" "I don't know.
How would
I couldn't
he
get
know?
a flashlight in time. It was too fast, but it was tall. It ran on two legs. It didn't look like any animal I've ever seen," she said. While the forests in the area were known to house many strange creatures, and bizarrely large elks, nothing fit the description my sister had just given me. Though what irked me more than the strange animal she'd hit were her whereabouts. "Hey Jen, let's just do a video call. Then you can show me your surroundings, and I'll come pick you up," I said nonchalantly, trying to keep her calm. "Okay, but it's pretty dark, and my camera sucks," she responded. We turned over to a video call, and she brought up the flashlight to give me an inkling as to where she was. "Look, here's the sign," she said as she pointed a camera towards an old wooden sign. "Glover Road, Jensen Street," the sign read, just like the one I stood next to. "Wait, that doesn't make any sense," I said, and showed her the same sign on my end, proving that we were in the same location, yet couldn't see each other. "But where are you?" she asked. "I'm literally in the same spot as you. I don't understand," I said, a hint of fear showing through my voice. "Look, I'll just call the police. I don't know what other option we have. Just stay by the car and I'll call you right," I said before I was interrupted. "No, wait," she practically yelled on the other end. She pointed a camera towards the tree line, her flashlight barely reaching across the road, creating nothing more than a pathetic outline of the trees, and something moving between them. "Do you see that?" she asked. "Is that the thing you hit?" I asked. Before she got a chance to answer, the figure shot out from the trees, becoming clear in the light. There it stood, 10 feet tall,
Damn!
a bizarre mixture of animals merged together with bones protruding through its pale skin. Its face was nothing more than a mangled lump of flesh, poorly fitted to its body, and in the center lay a massive hole, resembling a disgusting mix between a mouth and a singular eye. "Oh God, what is that thing?" she yelled. It let out a broken roar before it charged at my sister, crossing the distance between them in just under a second. She pulled back towards the children, grabbing onto Laura, the 2-year-old who'd inexplicably gotten loose from her seat, and shoved her into the car. As she turned to help Alex, the creature lunged past her, grabbing onto the 10-year-old and snatching him away within a second. "No, let him go! Alex!" my sister yelled, but the thing had long since retreated back into the woods. I quickly glanced over at the tree line from where the creature came, but on my side, it was empty. A world occupied by nothing more than darkness. Whatever separated my sister and I, it wasn't distance. "Help!" she called out. "Alex! I'm going to call the police. Hold on." I hung up and dialed the number, but no response. I checked my phone to make sure I still had 2 bars of signal, yet no connection could be made. I tried a second and third time to no avail. Help would not come. After the hopeless attempt, I called Jenna back. Jack? She stuttered as she picked up. I'm sorry. I couldn't get a hold of them. Are you all right? We're inside the car, but there's more of them now.
Oh.
They're circling around us. They took Alex. She got out between sobs. Just stay in the car, Jenna. I'm going to drive down the road and look for help. I put my phone down on the dashboard and kept the call going, talking to Jenna as I sped down the road, promising, lying that everything would be all right. Jack, they're leaving, she exclaimed, with the faintest hint of relief in her voice. I let out a breath, slowing down my car a bit as I let myself believe the worst had passed.
Oh no.
Trying to avoid another unfortunate collision. That's great, Jenna, but stay in the car until I get back, I ordered. But Alex, he's still out there.
It's too late for him.
Look, I know it's hard, but Alex, he's... Before I could finish the sentence, something could be heard in the background. It was her son, crying and calling for help. But something about his voice was off. The emotion in his calls were practically non-existent. His cries unnatural, as if they were nothing but a poor imitation of a human being. Alex, Jenna cried, opening the door without hesitation to go out and save a child.
Oh my God.
Jenna, no! I yelled, but it was too late.
Don't leave your car, bitch.
She'd already stepped out through the door, and no sooner did her foot hit the ground before one of the creatures bounced onto her, snapping her arm in half. She dropped the phone, and in the struggle, I could hear the car door closing with Laura still inside, while Jenna was torn to pieces by the horrific creatures. I kept driving against my strongest desire to turn around and help.
What the fuck?
But I knew that I could do nothing to reach her, no matter how hard I tried. Jenna, I yelled, but the call had long since disconnected, leaving me alone in absolute silence. As I sped down the road, I kept trying to call the police, but no matter how strong my signal was, I couldn't reach anyone. Even while going far over the speed limit, it took an hour and a half to reach the nearest little village. Once I drove into a more populated area, I managed to flag down a police car that happened to pass by. While I told them what was mostly an incomprehensible mess of words, they managed to get the gist that someone was hurt, including a child. I headed back towards Glover Road on board the police cruiser while I unsuccessfully tried to reconnect with Jenna. Another 2 hours passed, driving down the icy roads, and once we got there, I was more than surprised to be met by their wreck of a car. Jenna and Alex were nowhere to be seen, but in one final act of defiance, my sister had managed to lock the doors from outside, preventing her youngest, Laura, from getting out. The little girl sat crying inside a car, her entire world shattered in the span of just an hour, as her entire family had gone missing. The police did a thorough search, but couldn't find the remains of neither the monster or Jenna. As far as the evidence showed, they'd never existed on that road. Whatever I told them, it was limited to what I'd heard on the phone, and Laura being 2, had little she could say, as much as she wanted her mother back. Had my sister not decided to leave early, and work not keeping me late, we might have driven the same car, and all of us could have either been fine or died a horrific death together. I wish there was more to the story, that I could have given you all a happy ending, but instead, I'll have to leave you with these simple instructions. If you ever break down on Glover Road, stay in your car and pray that someone else happens to drive by.
Well, I don't know where Glover Road is. I don't like to travel like that, so I probably would never stumble upon it. But if I do, I'll take an alternate route. Because I don't even want to chance some shit popping off. Real shit. I ain't got time for that. Nah, I'm alright. Jenna was looking to get got. And she got it. Trying to be a hero and shit. Yeah, you gotta save the children, but those things out there, they already had Alex. It was too late. And you trying to be a hero, you went out there and you got snatched up and fucked up and... man. That was a good story. That was good. Thank you so much, guys, for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. This is my first creepypasta reaction of 2020. And, you know, even though I fucks with Mr. Creeps, Mr. Creepypasta and Creepypasta Jr. all real heavy. Oh, and King Spook, I had to give it to Creeps McPasta, because, I don't know, I just did. I fucked with the other guys, though. Trust me, I got some videos of theirs coming up. Don't even trip, I got y'all. That's all I got for y'all this time around. Your boy Steph is out.